soldiers over at Fort Stewart are now being recognized for stopping an active shooter at the Georgia Army base. This was yesterday, the big breaking news story. Military leaders say their quick thinking saved lives. Some tackled the shooter while others jumped in to give first aid, like First Sergeant Joshua Arnold, a combat medic who treated 3 people on the scene. The Secretary of the Army calling them the best among us during today's news conference, praising their courage and calling their actions nothing short of extraordinary. And we are continuing to learn so much more about the victims in yesterday's shooting over at Fort Stewart and the doctors who treated them. Right now, though, Christy Calcagno joining us live from outside Memorial Health in Savannah. That's where 2 of the 5 soldiers were transported for their injuries sustained in that shooting. And Christy, I understand that one of the soldiers is still inside recovering. What can you share with us?
Yeah, that's right, Erica. That's what we're learning right now. She is still in this hospital here behind me at Memorial Health. The other soldier, we do have some good news to report. They were able to get out of the hospital last night. Now, Memorial Health here behind me is a level 1 trauma center. That means they provide the highest level of trauma care, and that's all according to the national standards there. And the man leading the helm is none other than Dr. James Dunn, who I had the pleasure of speaking with earlier today. Now, incidents like this over at Fort Stewart, now Dr. Dunn tells me that it does bring him back to his days serving our country in Afghanistan. He served 22 years as the chief of trauma in the U.S. Navy. So when he heard of what happened just down the road, his team sprang into action. And we're on standby as ready to assist these soldiers. It's a duty he's all too familiar with.
So those resources allow us to have a team ready and waiting for the patient to come in before the patient even arrives. So we have a surgeon, 2 or 3 residents, lab, x-ray, pharmacy, another ER doc, and then we have a whole OR on standby, including an anesthesia team, nursing, and a scrub tech, which is a valuable resource in and of itself. And that's why most hospitals can't just have that on standby and not utilize those resources to do other elective cases.
Now, we are learning that these past 24 hours have just been incredibly emotional for not only him, but for his entire team here at Memorial Health. He is so incredibly thankful that the soldier that was transported here wasn't as injured about some of the soldiers that he had to treat while he was over in Afghanistan serving our country. Now, we did reach out to officials with the military to learn more details about all 5 of the victims in this Fort Stewart incident. Now, unfortunately, because of their policy, they weren't able to release a lot of details, and we are still working to learn more about their names.